Hello, my name's Jalise. Welcome everybody now to a very special edition of my reviews. It's going to be the top 10 WWE games. And here's the thing, everybody. I'm only including the ones that I have played on the PlayStation. So none of the stuff that came on Nintendo, Xbox, GameCube, none of that stuff. Because I've only been on a PlayStation. And I've been playing a lot of WWE games from a very young age. I have the old PlayStation 1 WWF Attitude, which was good for its time, but personally, the older ones were not always that great compared to the newer ones, and some of the newer ones are just plain damn terrible. Point in case, W2K15. Just a little special edition for you guys. Avoid that fucking game like the plague. Avoid W2K15 like the effing plague. That game is utter shit. The worst WWE game I've ever played. So that's just something a little extra I'm giving to you. But for now, WWE top 10 WWE games was my personal list, and again, respect your opinion, I respect yours, everybody. So let's start off with the list. Number 10 is our WWE 2010, SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. Now, why do I have this game on my number 10? Why not something like WWE Legends of WrestleMania over there? While I do enjoy that game, it's not overall the greatest ones. And here's the thing, there's not a lot of great WWE games. There is not a lot of great WWE games. Off the top of my head, I could honestly say 5 I would go back and forth. But WWE either has really bad games, but they mostly have their general, for all their games that they have, they're mostly just average. They're average WWE games. Only a couple of them are truly special. But again, number 10 is WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010. Why do I have it on this list? One, because I like the whole road to WrestleMania. You had a lot of different people. You had Edge, Triple H, John Cena, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, your creative superstar, and you also get, for the first time, a female superstar, Mickie James. The fact that Mickie James gets her own road to WrestleMania, that says a lot about her character and how much she was great in WWE. Granted, they treated her like shit, but still. WWE Smackdown vs. Raw 2010, I enjoyed mostly because of the road to WrestleMania. Did not still like the fact that there was no man versus woman matches, and you couldn't create a title or an arena, which was stupid. But overall, it was an average WWE game, and I'm going to give it 7.7 out of 10. It's a C+ video game, in my opinion. Number 9, I am going to give to WWE 2K17. Yes, this is the one that has Brock Lesnar in it, but why do I like this game? One, this is the main debut for the video game review debut of AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Braun Strowman, and right now those guys are awesome right now. And they also had Asuka, Alexa Bliss. They introduced a lot of superstars that are so great in today's WWE. Granted, all the WWE games are really a year behind in rosters and in detail. So when it says 2K17 and 17, really there should have been a brand split already. There should have been Alexa Bliss on SmackDown for that stuff, really for 2K17. 2K18 is probably going to be a rushed up thing just like 2K17. But we also get Brock Lesnar. Goldberg makes his appearance, which is awesome. And I do enjoy this game. It's just I don't really go back to it. So it's an average WWE game. I'm going to give it a C+ as well, 7.8. I like it slightly better than the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, but number 9 is WWE 2K17. Number 8 is now the WWE Smackdown vs. Raw featuring ACW 2008. Now, why do I like this? One, General Manager mode is still here. General Manager mode, one of my favorite things to do. Granted, this was my least favorite of the General Manager modes, but I still liked the whole thing. We still had mixed tags for the guys against the girls. I enjoyed this game. It's just a lot of. I had Bobby Lashley, Finlay still, MVP, Mark Henry. I mean, I know I'd say a lot about. I'm talking about a whole bunch of superstars, but you probably don't even know who these characters are. But yeah, they had Great Khali, Mark Henry, Finlay, MVP, Chris Masters, Bobby Lashley, Batista, Edge, Ric Flair, Elijah Burke, CM Punk, and this was the first video game to feature CM Punk. This was also another thing. Chris Benoit was not in this game because of the whole thing that happened with the whole murder-suicide. But overall, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw featuring ECW 2008 was a good game to me. I gave it a B-. I really don't go back to it that much, and it was also the last game to feature Tori Wilson. Sad to say. All right, now I believe we're on number 7. Number 7, I'm going to give to WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. Oh, God. I had so much fun with this game. Literally, you could throw someone against, a pipe, and then all of a sudden they just fly across the entire building. There was crazy stunts in this game. I love playing into history with the whole WWE draft, the whole Smackdown and Raw, how Vince McMahon chooses to be on which roster, and Raw chooses which one on which roster. Granted, later on you could change them up and you could switch them around, but overall, I just really, really enjoyed this WWE game. It was a lot of fun. Yes, it's corny, and yes, the controls are not. It's an old-fashioned game, but WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth was simply awesome, and I just love the whole beautiful people intro, and I love Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. It's an 8.1 out of 10, a B- video game as well. So, number 7, WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. Number 6, I am going to give to WWE 2K14. Yes, the one with The Rock, the one that had Daniel Bryan in the back right behind me. This actually was the first WWE 2K game. Why do I like this? I still enjoy the grappling system. I enjoy it. It had a good soundtrack. I love reliving the whole moments with The Rock, and then also the Undertaker defeat streak. That will make this game so great. When you either get to decide to defend the streak or to take out the streak, and I just really, really enjoy that. What I did not like was there's no tag team entrance with the women. You didn't get no mixed tag. There was some things that were just very lacking in this game, but overall, it was still a pretty good dang game, and I was actually enjoying it. And I thought, 2K, you're doing good, and then 15 came. What the freaking hell was that? But WWE 2K14 is my number 6 pick. So yeah, sue me. And the top 5, and these 5, I will go back to like a billion freaking times. Number 5, the original SmackDown vs. Raw. Why do I like this? The story mode. You're rescuing Tori Wilson or Stacy Cleaver, and you can have them as your manager. Depends on which roster you want to be in. I just love the whole, it's literally SmackDown vs. Raw, and it literally made it like a very competitive game of different brands, and it really made this whole brand warfare very, very good, and it was never better. It's been better in other WWE SmackDown vs. Raw games, but SmackDown vs. Raw, the first one, was truly, truly special, and I just really, really enjoyed this game. The creation mode was insanely sick, and I loved it. I just really enjoyed this WWE video game. It was actually one of the first WWE video games I ever truly played. I went from Smackdown Shut Your Mouth to Here Comes the Pain to Smackdown vs. Raw. So I started off on Shut Your Mouth, and then I got Smackdown vs. Raw, which I just loved. And I think this was the second game featured on Cena, but overall, a very good game. And I give it 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the game. Number 4, I'm going to give to WWE 2K13, WWE 13. This is the one that had CM Punk in the front with his hands like this, which I got an autograph from him. Chicago, born and raised, loved CM Punk. A little bit biased I am. Paul Heyman's development, we relived the old age of the Attitude Era with the whole Stone Cold beating up some people. Then The Rock relived some of the greatest moments of the Attitude Era. Was simply awesome for this game. I really, really enjoyed it 2K13. I love the soundtrack, and I just really enjoyed how there was a mixture of rosters and the mixture of the rosters and the new age. How you get to switch from a different version of The Rock, how he was in the younger days, to a different version. I really like the different little attires you could go against. You could have one superstar, one Chris Jericho versus another Chris Jericho, one Undertaker versus another Undertaker. It was pretty dang interesting, and I really enjoyed WWE 13. I really enjoyed this video game. It really got WWE back on this game, and I really, really enjoyed this video game. So yeah, WWE 13, loving it. It also featured the first time AJ Lee, so that was a plus as well. WWE 13, number 4. Number 3 is known as SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. I love the GM mode in this game. I love the whole locker room thing. I just really love the season mode. I played this season mode like 3 to 4 times. It was simply phenomenal. This was the last game, so sad to say, to feature Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero at the same time. We got Carlito, Chris Masters, Big Show, Kane, the Boogeyman, which was epically awesome. And this game was, and also one of the last games to feature Kurt Angle as well. So, and even though we're going to give it now in 2K18, it's been 11 years since we had Kurt Angle in the video game. And SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was the last one to feature Kurt Angle. So that's pretty dang sweet. I just really, really enjoyed this video game. Booker T also was the last to feature in this video game before he became a legend. And this was his last current main roster one. And overall, this entire video game was pretty dang solid. I loved it. Again, I love the GM mode. I love the season mode. And I just love this video game. Again, brand warfare still continued throughout the story, and I loved it. So, in my personal opinion, it's like a high B plus video game for me, and I'm gonna give it, yeah, an 8.8 out of 10. So yeah, B plus video game number 3. And my number 2 pick is none other than Smackdown vs. Raw 2006. The first GM mode and the best GM mode. I go to this game like a billion times back. This game is phenomenal. Love the locker room. Buried the live match we had. Fulfill your fantasy. I mean, what can I say? This game was awesome. I loved the season mode again. And this was a first time you get like first Cena is on Raw and Batista's on SmackDown, and it was really this whole brand warfare was just getting more expanded, getting more into it, and I just loved this video game for that. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, loved it. And I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's an A- video game. And my only other favorite, truly a video game for WWE game is none other than SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Why do I love this? Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Stone Cold, Rey Mysterio's debut. Loved it. RVD. I mean, John Cena's also debut. Eddie Guerrero. I just really, really enjoyed the bitterness, the hardcore. I mean, it had all the great stuff of SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, but they made it even better. And they made it even stronger. And they just amplified it more. And they made it more realistic in many ways. And this was the time where I remember the hype for Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg and all that stuff back then, and the first time they fought in WrestleMania. And the kids were playing at school and they were playing it, and it was just an awesome, awesome video game. And this entire, I just love the season mode. I love how to switch different brands. It was very competitive, very fun, very difficult to do. And overall, SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, easily my favorite WWE video game of all time. But if there's any game to compete against it, it's SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. And honestly, I compete with both those games, which one's my ultimate favorite, but for now, Here Comes the Pain is number 1. So yeah, everyone, that's my top 10 WWE games. Let me know what y'all think for one. Subscribe if you like, disagree down below, comment down below, let me know, respect my opinion, I respect yours. Question, everybody, what is your personal top 10? Did I leave something out? Should 2K16 should be on this list? Should 2K15, which should never be on this list, but do you think it should be? And what's your hope for WWE 2K18? Do you want a general manager mode? I sure as hell do. I'm tired of freaking universe mode for like the 6th time in a row. We have the brand split. We have the roster separated. Let's do general manager mode. Come on, everybody. Let's do it. But hopefully it all turns out well. So get it, everyone. My name's Jalise. Let me know what y'all think, everyone. I'm going to sign off. You have good, everybody. And bye-bye.